Hey everyone, what's going on? David Siteman Garland, DSG, and I just want to talk about something really important. I was at the working out this morning, and I was talking about this a little bit, and thought this was more than worth creating a quick little video on a little business tip for entrepreneurs out there, and we're kind of bringing back. We used to call this, DSG TV, right? We used to do YouTube videos and things like this with kind of advice and tips and motivation, and I'm like, I want to bring these back. These are super fun. So let me know if you want me to do more of these as well. So anyway, here's a big tip, and this has been something that's on my mind, is going from yes to no as an entrepreneur. So yes, Y-E-S, to no, N-O, as an entrepreneur, and why that's okay. So when I started in business, and this is a very common thing. This is not like I was special or anything like that, is when I started in business, I said yes to like everything, right? Like, so if someone came to me, any meeting, any lunch, someone wanted to interview me, heaven forbid, for a blog in Outer Mongolia for 7 hours, and they had 2 fans, I was totally flattered and humbled and excited to do it. If people want to have 17-hour lunches, I was totally okay with that because I was building my business. I was figuring it out when I was getting started, right? And that's where a lot of entrepreneurs are, in that kind of that chaos mode. When you start, you end up saying yes to like everything, right? Because you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what that connection might happen. You don't know what you're going to learn. Like there's so many different reasons to be saying yes early on in your business, right? But here's where things get very interesting. Because if you continue down that path, right, of saying yes to, literally everything all the time, right, problems arise later on, right? So I'm not saying that you don't say yes to things or you're just some curmudgeon that, no to everything. What I'm saying is, as your business evolves, so does your time and where you need to spend it, right? So I can tell you, years later, after when you get traction, you start to build your business. I know a lot of you that are watching this right now are maybe in that first phase where it's chaos and saying yes to everything. And maybe you're in that second phase where you're out of the chaos, you've gotten traction, you've been building your business. Well, what ends up happening is your time and your priorities shift big time, right? Because you've got a lot of things to worry about with your business and your personal life and all those different things. And a lot of times you go from yes to no on things. But here's the problem. A lot of people don't do that. And I see that all the time. And this is a struggle, is that people that have built successful businesses, they still are trapped in that kind of yes to everything mode. And it ends up actually hurting their business and their personal lives. They end up being busy 24 hours a day. They end up taking on way too many things. And I've seen this. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it, from business friends and entrepreneurial friends and people like that writing things. I see it all the time. It's like, they're like, I'm so busy. I never have time to work on my business. And to me, that's like, whoosh, mind explosion. Like, you have to take control of your time and your business because that's all you have. So, one of the big things that shifted for me, and, you could be unapologetic about this. Like, let's not sugarcoat it and make it with unicorns and fluffy bunnies and squishy hugs or anything like that. But it's okay to say no to things. I know it's crazy, right? I mean, crazy. But it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to that lunch. It's okay to say no to someone that wants to partner with you on a project that you don't want to do. It's okay to say no and kind of reclaim your time as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, okay? And you don't need to do it apologetically with 57,000 different excuses or anything like that. My wife, Marcy, always has great tips on this. She's a psychiatrist, so you can learn. There's a lot to learn. I'm her lifelong project, I think. But there's a lot to learn there from her. And she always says, when saying no, you don't need to come up with a big time excuse. You just say, unfortunately, I'd love to, but I'm not going to be able to. Or unfortunately, I just can't do it. Or I just can't do that right now. Whatever you want to use, you don't need to start fumbling all over yourself and saying, hey, you know what I mean? Yes to everything. Or if I say no, you've got 50 different excuses, right? So you don't need to do that. So that's really the big tip that I wanted to kind of share today here on this little live version of DSG TV, because, if you want to get from that level of kind of get out of that chaos zone and that starting entrepreneur, and you want to get up to the 6 figures and the 7 figures and beyond, it's going to take effort to keep that control of your time and spend it with whom, and is it whom or who? Whom and on what you want and need to be doing. So that's my quick little tip here today. Just wanted to shoot one of these videos. Was just motivated to do so this morning. And let me know in the comments below if you like little videos like this, because I'm happy to do plenty more. I've got lots of topics to talk about on entrepreneurship, advice, and motivation, and all different types of things, and I'm happy to do them. If you'll watch them and you enjoy them and it helps you out a little bit, I'm happy to do them. All right, talk soon. See ya.